This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So we've got some breaking news about a yacht, Kingdom 5KR, big yacht, almost 90-meter yacht, running aground in Tunisia. This footage was sent in to us by one of our subscribers, and he even sent us some details about the incident.
Slight miscalculation when arriving.
Tony Cardew sent in the footage and sent these details, saying that the Kingdom yacht didn't quite stop in time. He said the vessel clipped the breakwater on the starboard quarter and then failed to stop. Maybe mechanical, this is what he said has continued, maybe mechanical failure or misjudgment. Dropped the anchor before hitting the wharf. He said noses also scrapes down the port quarter where she hit the side of the breakwater. So that's quite interesting. You can see it embedded in the quayside there. That's quite the situation to be in, right? Yeah, like I said, we don't have any information on what happened. You know, whether it's a judgment error or mechanical failure. But the Kingdom KR yacht is an 86-meter, 282-foot yacht, and was built in 1980 and named Nabila at the cost of $100 million, built by Bonetti. And that's equivalent today of around $350 million. It was built for a Saudi billionaire, Adnan Khashoggi, who was thought to be at the time a businessman, but later turned out he was an arms dealer. After a number of years, I think 8 years, he sold the yacht to a New York businessman who would later become the 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump. Donald Trump actually got a good deal, and only 8 years after paying $100 million for it, Donald Trump bought the vessel from the businessman / arms dealer, who was now in financial trouble, for just $29 million. He renamed the Trump Princess. However, after some time in the shipyard, he put the vessel alongside, didn't use it much, kept it for 3 years, and then he sold the vessel on in 1991, I think, but he sold it for only $20 million estimated. So anyway, that's all the information we've got at the moment. If you have any more information out there, please get in touch, let us know. We will bring you, of course, an update once we have it. All right, guys, we'll move on. We've got an update on the New Zealand Navy ship, the Manawanui. Initial indications in the running aground of the vessel is that the vessel actually lost propulsion or control, which is the primary cause of the vessel running aground, apparently. This has been partially confirmed by the New Zealand Defence Minister, Judith Collins, who said, "We need to find out what happened. Apparently it lost power. I'm aware of that and ended up aground on the reef." So she's sort of saying that that's what she believes is the case. Defence Minister Collins also has spoken out on the cleanup efforts, saying that much of the work was going well and the fuel was being contained. She said there are some reports of some small leaks, but these are very small amounts, and they're from the pipes that take the fuel around the ship, not the storage tanks. She said current estimates were that little or none of the initial fuel had come to shore or ended up on the reef and is being dispersed out to sea by wind and waves. While this remains an incredibly serious incident and it will be for a long time to come, it is tracking as well as we could hope for at this point. The Chief of Navy, Rear Admiral Garen Golding, said the court of inquiry would allow the Navy to identify possible improvements and changes to avoid a repeat of the sinking, he said. New Zealand's Deputy Chief of Navy says there are no oil leaks coming from the sunken ship, but that officials are monitoring the situation closely. Now, his comments conflict with Samoa's Marine Pollution Advisory Committee deep sea divers, who've confirmed the sunken vessel is leaking diesel fuel into the ocean off the south coast of Apollo in Samoa. The ship was carrying about 950 tons of diesel at the time the vessel hit the reef. The committee is also reporting drone video and stills photography have confirmed the wreck is emitting contaminants into the water. However, Commodore Andrew Brown told Morning Report his latest update Thursday morning was that the oil was contained. Now, an RNZ reporter, Louise Turnouth, is on Samoa's southern coast and went out on the water with the Defence Force on Wednesday. And she said that before we were even told we had reached where the vessel was, which took up to an hour to get out there, you could smell it. You could smell the pungent petrol fumes, and we knew we were in the right spot. That's pretty damning, isn't it? She continues, we also saw an oil slick on the water, which the New Zealand Defence Force maintains is residual fuel from the initial sinking. Now, villagers on the southwest coast of Upolu in Samoa are being told not to eat the fish from the ocean in front of their homes because the sunken Manawanui is leaking diesel into their water. Anyway, we'll bring you more on that story when we have more to give you. We got one small story from out in the Lebanon. British people looking to flee Lebanon have been chartering luxury yachts in the scramble to escape the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. Carl Debs, a yacht broker and captain, has been evacuating people through his company GoldenEye SuperYachts as people seeking alternative routes of escape as commercial flights are quickly booked up. He said 7 private yachts are departing daily from around half an hour from Beirut, each carrying 12 passengers to Cyprus. He said that over 450 people have taken the 7-hour journey from Beirut to Cyprus on his company's yachts, including a number of Brits. He said people are paying between £1,500 and £2,500 to travel on the yachts, which are up to 75 feet long, which is about 22 meters. Yeah, if you're watching and you're in that area, please be sure to get in touch and give us some more information. We didn't have a lot of information for that story. All right, we've got a little bit of footage from Hurricane Milton. This is from this was sent in by somebody on a ship, on a cargo ship, in the middle of that hurricane. Not quite sure how they ended up there, but he didn't send any information about which vessel. But it appears to be a cargo ship of some sort. It's very hard to tell because you can barely see out of the windows, but you can see and hear those high-speed winds, and you can see the water being sprayed onto the vessel. It's just absolutely crazy. You can also see the wind speed is gusting and the sensors getting confused with speeds, but you can see speeds around 110, 140 knots, which is incredible kinds of speeds. All right, we'll move on to a Friday Yotspot. The first one actually is Motor Yacht Indigo. This is aground in Sarasota in Florida. This is after Hurricane Milton. I wasn't able to find any data on this particular yacht, but it appears to be around a 30-meter yacht based on the photo. You can clearly see the vessel is hard aground there on the quayside, probably as a result of heavy swells. And when the swells came down, the boat just settled on the quayside there. Next one we've got, this is Motor Yacht Kismet. This was sent in by Tony Rive. He's one of our regular contributors. This is the 122-meter, 400-foot Super Yacht Kismet, fresh from the Monaco Yacht Show here. You can see her in a number of photos arriving in Guernsey. Tony tells us that this is the largest yacht ever to have docked in St. Peter Port. And he says it took the title from Polaris, which was there a few months ago. He also sent us photographs at the time, actually. That boat is a 112-meter or 367-foot yacht. Of course, this yacht is owned by Shahid Khan, the Pakistani-American billionaire who happens to own a football team in the US as well. He's actually the only Muslim owner of an American football team. Next yacht we've got is Motor Yacht Bliss. This is in Australia, Gold Coast. The 95-meter or 340-foot yacht was built by Fedship in 2021, and the yacht is owned by the American billionaire who invented Snapchat, and he's only 34 years old. That's crazy. Next yacht is Motor Yacht Lady S. This is in Norway, in Stavanger, I believe it's pronounced, in Norway. We have, this is a 93 meter or 305 foot yacht built by Fedship again and delivered in 2019. Estimated value is around $180 million. This is another yacht owned by an American, this time Dan Schneider. And again, somebody who owns an American football team, actually, the Washington Commanders, which was formerly the Washington Redskins, I believe. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you want to see more from me and from our team, please be sure to check us out on patreon.com. You can find us at patreon.com/esysman. We've got lots of extra videos behind the scenes and extras from the Monaco Yacht Show. Just posted one today, actually. We've also just posted a yacht tour of a $35 million yacht designed by Giorgio Armani. It's on the Patreon website now. It will be released over the weekend, probably on Sunday. But if you want to see that, if you can't wait, you can check it out right there. Now, we've also got other videos on there as well, including the infamous getting kicked out of the Amel/Damon booth at the Monaco Yacht Show. So yeah, check it out, patreon.com/esysman. Now, if you've got any info for us, please be sure to get in touch. You can get us in the email address in the ticker. You can get us on the About page of the YouTube channel. You can get us on Twitter, on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, and on Threema. Please be sure to like the video, very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, thanks very much. Have a great weekend, even if you're working. I hope you enjoy it. And like I said, we've got a video coming out over the weekend. It's a yacht tour, so look out for that. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye-bye.